I'm going to give you 5 habits that will help you to finally quit binge eating in 2026. And this can work for any Christian. Whether you've been struggling with binge eating for 10 days or for 10 years, this can work for you. I say this as someone who used to struggle with binge eating, but now I'm helping people from all over the world to overcome this challenge. So let's go on to habit number 1. This habit is the cornerstone of all the habits. I'm sure it's the most important thing you can do in your life, and you get this wrong, then the rest of the day is just going to be messed up. So I woke up the other day, I was feeling exhausted, I was feeling tired, and I was just getting pissed off with small things basically. And I felt like just sleeping and doing nothing. And you might think it was because I was sick, but no. I just had a bad night's sleep. I slept for like 4 hours that night. And it makes sense when you sleep for a few hours, when you are underslept, your willpower is down and your ability to resist food is just through the floor. So habit number 1 is you need to get your sleep in order. Now, after you get your sleep in order, habit number 2 is going to help you to then avoid losing control when you're around food. So back in the days when I used to binge eat, there were times where I would just eat, or I felt like I was on autopilot, and I felt like my brain, like my body was just functioning on its own. Like I would eat something that I knew that I shouldn't be eating it. I would be like, I shouldn't be eating this. And then I would just eat it anyway. So I had no power to resist the urge to eat. When I would get the urge, the next thing I remember, I would just eat. One thing that helped me to overcome binge eating too was developing the ability to pause when I feel those urges and to separate the urge from the action. And you do that through meditation. That is why habit number 2 is meditation. Now, habit number 3 is one of my favorite because it feels almost too simple. Imagine there was something that you could do to lose weight, to calm your mind, reduce stress, to reduce food cravings, and that thing was free. Would you do it? Well, that, my friend, is walking. Try it, it's magic. And it's very hard to binge eat when you're on a walk, right? Like, it's very difficult. And you can listen to videos on a walk, like it's really just powerful. And that's why it's habit number 3. Let's move on to habit number 4. And this one is very important. So most Christians eat the wrong way, and they think that skipping meals is going to help them to eat less. Well, after all, if you skip meals, then how on earth can you overeat when you are skipping meals? Well, it doesn't work like that. Because when you skip meals and you get to the evening, you are craving a lot of food and you are starving. And we know that extreme hunger is one of the causes of binge eating, because you are just hammering for food. And that is why the next habit that you need is to eat 3 times a day. It's going to give you a balance of not eating too much, but at the same time not eating too little. And it's so powerful. Now, when you eat during those 3 times, you need to eat like this, because most people, they eat in a way that makes them more susceptible to overeating. And to understand how this works, I want you to tell you about like what actually happens when you eat, right? When you eat, your body sends this hormone to the brain. Is called leptin, and this hormone is the fullness hormone, and it tells your brain that, okay, we are full, we can stop eating right now. But there's a big problem, which is there is a delay between you putting food in your mouth and this hormone reaching your brain. If you're not careful, by the time this hormone reaches your brain, you could have overeaten. And that is why in habit number 5 is you need to eat slow. Because when you eat slow, you give your brain time to receive the hormone. But just telling you to eat slow is like telling an overthinker to just stop overthinking. It doesn't work, right? Because it's a bit deeper than that. What I found to be very helpful for eating slow is to just focus on chewing 30 times per bite. I know that sounds like a lot of times, but it's kind of like when you're growing up and your mom told you to brush your teeth for 2 minutes and you're like, 2 minutes is a very long time. But the more you do it, the more you realize that, oh, it's pretty normal. So chewing 30 times per bite is pretty normal, and it's going to help you to eat slow and give your brain enough time to process. A bonus habit that I'm going to give you, since you made it to the end, is going to save you from making so many mistakes that many people make without finding to stop binge eating. So back in the days when I was deep into binge eating, as I went online and I searched for advice on how to stop binge eating, and it felt like no one really understood my situation. And so for about 3 months, I didn't go back to look for help, and I did this on my own, and that was a massive mistake. Because when I then searched later and I was like, let me actually go deep and try to look for advice, I found it. I was like, why on earth did I not look for this earlier? Because it could have saved me from making so many mistakes. So a bonus habit for you is you need to look for help. And on that note, if you click the link below, you're going to be able to book a free call with me, and I'll answer your questions, and I'll give you like practical habits for your unique situations, and I'll give you like a clear road plan. It's absolutely free. Don't make the mistake that I made of trying to do this on my own. And yeah, I'll see you on the call.